There you go. With that Franklin, Richard got hit David. Iris is still flying this. She know the name, she know what time it is. I got bands all day when I walk in the building. Grown man balls on a rap, they to the buildings. So my sight that's the Billy can break. The boy get it pumping like the can is bright. Jesus. I balls up, I balls out, chills out. Balls up to the light, make the left to the right. Now it's back to the money with the game face on. Back to the honey with the big face on. People taste only big bang for me day in, day out. Ain't shit changed out. They say I came up and I changed though. Why? Because you stayed there and never came up. When that rocks no trick, that's the chain lonely. All white those not saying only. I think I'll get enough. I just didn't give them no. Hey, we shot my head in his body language screaming. Hey, look at me when I look into the mirror. This is what I see.
What is Hey, we are live, baby. Listen, I do apologize that we are a little late today.
Yeah.
But hey, we're here. God is able. Amen. We made it.
Amen.
He made us here. So that's all I care about today.
Yeah,
So we're gonna jump in. This is Curvilinear Radio. I am Mary JB.
I'm Kiki with the E.
And it's Miss Hotspot Misha.
Hey, baby. We are live, baby. I'm so excited.
We look so good.
Baby, listen. Baby, look. Lipstick on fleek, makeup on fleek today, baby. Listen. We are so ready to get started. We have a beautiful guest that's going to be coming in a little bit. Miss Tiffany Marie.
Yes, ma'am.
She is going to bless us with her beautiful presence as well as do a little spoken word and also talk to us on this subject, which is today very, very, very important. It's something that my team, we have talked about doing, and we wanted to make this a two-week topic. Mm-hmm. So this week, we are going to talk about molestation and being a victim of molestation.
Yes.
And next week, we're going to talk about molestation and how to see the signs, how to identify the signs of molestation. So I know a lot of people probably are like, why are y'all want to do this subject? Why?
Why not?
And my thing is that I wanted to touch on this subject because a lot of people don't like to talk about it. You know, it's swept under the rug. A lot of people don't want to even think about this happening. Or if it happened to them, they want to forget that it's happened. Mm-hmm. But to me, if you don't talk about it, you're not going to be able to figure out how you are the way you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It really adds on to the way you turn, the way you act. Sometimes while you're sexual, while you're not sexual, those kind of things, if you were molested, it's best to talk about it, figure out some things about yourself, not trying to say it's your fault because it's never your fault.
Never.
But you always want to self-evaluate and see, was this how I acted towards this? Is this why? Maybe, counseling, talking about it. So we want to jump into the subject. So I wanted to talk about being a victim because as I'm not ashamed to say I am a victim of molestation. Mm-hmm. And I anybody who knows me, I don't mind talking about it. Wow. Sometimes you get a little emotional, when you talk about this subject. So I've been a little bit on pins and needles today. And I had a rough day today on top of that. So I do want to jump in and I want to talk about some facts. Okay. So I don't know if people are aware of how big this is in our community. And and it's not just black or white. It's period. In families, 9 times out of 10, molestation is within your home, meaning family. Not saying your physical house, but within people that you know, your best friends, your uncles, your cousins, grandparents, your neighbors, people and parents. You most people know who the person is that molested them, and it's usually by bloodline. Just FYI, I don't know if people are aware of that. Yeah. So I wanted to, I did pull up some information on child sexual abuse statistics. So 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 20 boys is a victim of child sexual abuse. 1 in 5 girls. So if we added another girl to this room, you know, 1 in 5, well, 2 girls, I'm sorry, it's only 3 of us. So, but if you added 2 more females in this room, 1 in 5, 10, that's 2. Yeah. 2 women. And in every 40 boys, that's 2 boys.
And that's only the ones that they know of.
That's the only ones that have reported.
That have spoken out.
Right.
Spoken out.
Reported it. Yep.
That to me is very high numbers in this world. It's very, very high. And it's a self-reported study showed that 20% of adult females and 5 to 10% of adult males recall a childhood sexual assault or sexual abuse incident. That, I mean, because a lot of times you're young. You don't remember. You're less than 5, 2, 3, you know, you can be fondled, you can be touched inappropriately, and sometimes you don't even recognize that that's what it is. Right. So at first you're not thinking that that's sexual abuse until you learn that is sexual abuse. During a 1-year period in the U.S., 16% of youth ages 14 to 17 had been sexually victimized.
That's crazy.
Say that again.
16% of U.S. young youth.
Under 18.
Under 18, ages 14 to 17 have been sexually victimized.
That's a big number.
That's
a huge number, but it's a big number when it comes to that subject.
That's in that age group. That's not even talking about 14 and under.
No. Right. Well, I'm seeing where they say the median age for reported child abuse is 9 years old.
Yes.
9.
Over a course of a lifetime, 28% of U.S. youth ages 14 to 17 has been sexually victimized. So 28%.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Children are the most vulnerable between the ages of 7 and 13.
Yeah.
And that's because parents are now allowing their children a little more freedom. You're allowing your children to go spend the night over their cousin's house around that age freely without you being there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're allowing your kids to go over their friend's house where their daddy or their brother or even their mama or their older sisters or younger sisters are sexually are introduced to sexual activity, so they want to play out that sexual act that was done onto them to other children. So that is opening up a whole new world between 7 and 13. That's
if
my baby is 7.
That makes you don't want to let your kids go nowhere.
I am a victim, and it started at 11.
See, I'm a victim, and mine started at about 5.
Yeah, I was 11.
Wow.
And it was a family member, not by blood, but it was a family member. And they were affiliated with the church, deacon of the church, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
So yeah, it wasn't even. Yeah, we don't even have to go into that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely understand what you're saying. Not wanting to go into it, especially when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Me myself, I was a victim by more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I had multiple interactions as a child. And I never, and that's what makes me evaluate. Why I say evaluate, because that made me have anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
I was very angry as a teen. I didn't want to talk much to my family because I didn't feel safe within my family. Or I wouldn't say safe. You could say safe. I didn't feel safe, and I had trust issues within my family.
So it was within your family also?
Yes, on both sides, to be clear.
Wow.
But nobody immediately. You know what I'm saying? None of my immediate family. But within our family. But it wasn't immediate family. But I was assaulted, sexually assaulted. I would when I would travel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I never felt, regardless of where I was going, I never felt, okay, I'm about to go here. This is going to probably happen. You know what I'm saying? On a trip. You're supposed to be having fun with your family, but things happen. So as a young child, in your mind, you're thinking, okay, where am I ever going to be safe at?
Mm-hmm.
Where am I ever going to be safe? Like, am I ever going to be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Am I ever not going to be touched? You know what I'm saying? So, especially having that, I can count. It's a lot on a young mind.
And you said it started at 5?
It started at 5.
When did it stop?
It didn't stop until I was probably about 16.
Wow.
Same persons?
Yeah.
You said what?
It was a multiple.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Multiple.
That's crazy, man.
So you don't really know people's background and how they are until they open up. Like, right. I'm not ashamed of my past.
Right.
I'm very enlightened about who I am and where I've been. So a lot of times, and I was a kid that did tell. But because the person was so young, they didn't think, you know what I'm saying? You didn't, okay. You thinking, oh, no, don't do it again. But it happened again. So it was like, okay, I told, and nothing changed.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was by another young person.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Most was young and then teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling they oats and they want to try, you know what I'm saying, new stuff and explore, but they use weak because they know, you know what I'm saying, it's hard for them to get somebody who's vocal. And since I was the youngest of 9, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of quiet. You know what I'm saying? I was very quiet. I really didn't bother much. You know what I'm saying? So being a victim is very, very it can be sad when you think about it. And when you start having your own kid.
Oh yeah.
It's disheartening. Like, I have a child that's 7. She's 7.
Right.
So just thinking about the things that I went through, I don't never want that to happen to my baby.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't care how old that child is, I probably would go to jail. That's just me.
Trust me, I'm like that with my goddaughter.
Like,
and she's 7, and me and her mom are both victims. And so we already, when she was born, we were like, okay, we might need to go see somebody because we may have a problem. Because we may be them people to be like, she can't go nowhere. She gonna have to dress with a hijab on. She gonna have to wear
that extra precautions.
But at the same time, we had to realize that we can't stunt her creativity and growth and allowing her to go and do things because of our victimization.
Right. And the thing is that you don't want to hold them back.
Right.
But
it just makes you more aware.
It makes you more aware. And I'm the type of parent, I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely hold my child back from stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's my own issues and I'm trying to work through that. Like, she's now at the age where she wants to go spend the night over people's houses that I don't know, like her friends, you know what I'm saying? And I personally don't feel comfortable
Right.
with it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like I don't, and I probably would never feel comfortable
That's
with
where
her
play dates
spending the
come
night
in.
over somebody else's house. I just don't feel comfortable with that unless it's my immediate family. My immediate family, you can go spend the night over all day, every day, because I know that they're going to protect her.
Exactly.
And so when it comes to outsiders, you're like, no, do I want to?
Because you never know.
You never know.
I mean,
you
you
never
hear
know.
the stories on the news all the time of people who took their kids over someone's house who they thought they could trust, and the kids end up getting molested, raped, beat, killed. You know, you never know. You just never know. You
never know. I mean, and people leaving their children with random people to go to the store. You know, you just met a boy, a man, he at your house. Oh, I'm about to run to the store. That's 15 minutes right there. I can do a little groping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. You know, you do.
You do.
And it's like when it takes me a while to introduce somebody that I've dated and I'm friends with to my child. I have to really feel a good vibe from you.
Right.
And I have to know that you have longevity for me to introduce you to my child.
Right.
So for me to open that door and you do some to my baby, yeah, you ain't gonna leave that house. I'm sorry.
Now, one thing I can say as being a victim, see, because there are different types of victims. I did tell. Well, I didn't tell. Some family members found out. They asked me if it happened because apparently it was happening to other females in the family. And so I saw that as, I'm getting saved. We're going to go tell. And that wasn't the case. It was, no, you can't say anything because if you do, this is what's going to happen. So we can't say anything because there was an effect. There was a ripple effect if we told of what would happen to his wife because she was running a daycare center. And that was their source of income. So we couldn't say anything. So it went on for 3 years. It didn't stop till I was 14. Wow. But for me as the victim, I realized I also didn't tell because my father, when it started to happen, my grandmother had just died. She was the one that watched us all the time. And my mom and dad had just got a divorce. It didn't take for me until a few years ago to realize that's when I was preyed upon. Because he saw the opening for you to come in. The man of the house is gone.
Exactly. And you have an older woman who's not going to be as.
And my mom worked all the time. So and so I didn't tell because I knew if I told, my dad would have killed that man.
Of course.
And I didn't want to lose my dad. He used to tell me all the time, I'll go to prison for you. So I knew. I saw the things he did off the little stuff that would. So me telling him some man is touching his, he went to jail, and I would have lost him forever to the prison system. And so I didn't tell, and I became the victim I became suicidal. I had suicidal. I used to practice writing suicide letters.
Really?
Yeah, wow. I stayed with pills. I was the pill one because I figured out which one was going to work for me better. I couldn't do the knife; it hurt too much. So I was the one I was like, I'll just take a bunch of pills to see how many I could take before my heart stops. I used to keep pills in between my mattresses. My mom had no idea. My mother didn't even find out until a few years ago, after the man had already died. So yeah, some victims, it took me, I went through depression. I went through a real dark period. I didn't trust anybody. I had a lot of anger issues, but I was isolated. I would isolate myself from people. I didn't trust family members. And then it got to the point I never trusted. Even to this day, I don't trust. It's one of the reasons why I don't go to church. And I've had a lot of people say, well, that's not the reason that you shouldn't go. Yeah, but see, you've never experienced that. So it's hard for me to be in church and looking at that front row of deacons. You can't touch me.
Right.
You can't walk up to me. You can't talk to me. And that's the effect of what happened to me.
You.
Right.
Along with other effects. Like you said, it mixes with you sexually. The area that was focused on and now affects me as an adult to where you do whatever you want. That area does nothing for me because that was the area that they focused on, so
you have to.
It's rough.
A lot of times, when you don't get help, and you don't analyze yourself when it comes to this. Like when things happen to you as a child and you think back and you don't think back on it, it can hinder you because then you don't know how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was, to me, it was demeaning. My act was very, it was demeaning to me. So when guys talk to me kind of aggressively, sexually, or they say, oh, random, it turns me off. And they be thinking I'm jumping to a conclusion. It's not. It's because of my past. I don't want a man to talk to me in that manner. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a man to do those things or touch me in that aggressive manner. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like it just can't just be random. So I want to, baby, listen, we getting into this, but Miss Tiffany Marie is in the building. And I just had to take a moment to look at her pretty face. I just had to take a moment just to say, hey, Tiffany Marie. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Yes. I am so thankful. We're going to go ahead and jump into a song real quick and bring her in here so she can jump into the subject. And baby, we got so much more to talk about, so much more storyline, baby. It's deep. So let's go ahead and jump into a song. This is like one of my favorite, and right now I just need to smile. So I'm going to listen to my boo real quick so I can get my smile on. So, hey.
Excuse me while I delve into this classic instrument. This my pop model and so speak of this girl as my mentor. Shout out my nigga Skirlo. He told me this was my juicy. You couldn't have been more correct, but I'm thinking. And with the Lucy, I'm wondering why this nigga did a song about smiling her folding. Cause it was gangsters, but every nigga I'm telling. My upbringing consisted of heavy hardships and violence. Wondering if my pops was gonna never get off that product. Firmly stuck in the middle. 6 brothers, handful of sisters. So I learned from a handful of niggas. It's what they gave me to when I was younger. Hold their head, bro. You'll be returning one of these summers. I could have followed in his footsteps. Sometimes I wonder if I would have done the numbers projected. I've got a number. Pleasure's been limited, but I carry a heap of pain. Ask me why I smile and I'll tell you because it keeps me sane. You should do the same. Smile is an expression you get from words and joys. They get me far in between, so I cherish them like a toy. So they come in on Christmas, I wrap it and that's a favorite. That's the feeling I get from your music, and I'll be naked. Watching the people go on, watching the people go nuts, watching the people listen and watching the people turn up. And it's my running progress, maturation is having a question I gotta ask my niggas what makes you happy. Macking a couple of shorties, mislead them about your life. Make a bunch of money you'll never spend cause you doing time. I'm a standard kind of guy, can't you picture that in my eyes? I could never fail my mama would kick my ass from the sky. Put me in the right direction if she fell up hands down. They all think I'm ludicrous, but I'm just giving word of mouth. No illusion for scope, no first angel moves. I'm like these classes, I keep going to where the angels go. Keep flying while I'm smiling.
We are back. We are back. We are being.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Speaking to your mic.
Hey.
I am so thankful that you're here, Miss Tiffany Marie. Let me tell you.
I love her.
I love her whole life. Okay? I love her. She is one of our model sisters.
Yes.
And baby, listen, her walk
Fierce.
is fierce. Okay? Fierce. Look, I got to do a ting ting on that.
Yes. Oh, I get the bell.
Yes.
The bell.
She gets it. She gets it all. I love her.
Yes.
So, thank you for tuning in to Curvilinear Radio. We are live and in color. I am Mary J. B.
And I'm Kiki with the E.
Y'all know me as Misha.
Miss Queen.
Hot spot.
Yeah, you can't introduce yourself without saying that.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who I am.
You can't. You got to. So, we have Miss Beautiful Tiffany Marie with us, and we going, baby, listen, she going to bless us in a little bit, but we're going to jump back into the subject. I hope that you are able to talk to us a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Again, we are talking about molestation and being a victim of molestation. Like me and Misha have both said, we are victims. Me, myself, by more than one person. So it was very troubling as a child. And it definitely hindered me when it came to connections and intimacy, as well as opening myself up to feel, my feelings or my concerns about things, because I did tell. I remember like it was yesterday. Because we was watching a movie and my mom, I know she probably like Mary, shut the hell up. We was watching a movie and a sex scene came on. And I was young. I was probably like 7. I don't even know if I was 7 yet, 6 or 7. And I remember her trying to turn it quickly. And I was like, Mom, so-and-so does that to me. And she just stopped and looked like, what the hell? What you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it was something in me that wanted to blurt it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, please save me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hated the feeling. It was so demeaning. And some of the stuff that he did just made my skin crawl.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was so, even though he was young, he did things that you would think that a sick grown person would do to a kid. So it was demeaning to me, and I just wanted to be saved. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and it was so funny. I remember thinking earlier that day, like, I'm gonna tell her. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to, and it was like God, it does. Like I remember, I'm trying not to cry. I remember that moment like it was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, like, you have to listen to your children. You have to, like, I know sometimes parents, because of their own upbringing, they kind of block it out or they try to find a way to, and my mom was the best mom ever. But I just wish that one element was changed. You know what I'm saying? Because I did tell, but because we were so young, it was just more like a reprimand. You know what I'm saying? We weren't separated. We weren't monitored anymore. And it still happened. It didn't stop.
Seriously,
it didn't. Right. So it wasn't a change. And only thing that changed is that he ended up going away. And then when he came back, guess who he found? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, I can't never get a break. You know what I'm saying? Then while he was gone, I had substitute people fill in while he was gone. So it was like, I never felt safety. So that's one thing now as an adult, I identify that I need security. If I don't feel secure, then I'm not going to feel good within our relationship. You know what I'm saying? I need to feel like you are going to be my protector, mind, body, and soul. I'm not saying that you got to kill for me, but I need to know that my mind is at ease with you.
Have that sense of security.
Exactly. And if I don't feel that ease,
right,
then I'm going to be on pins and needles. Our whole relationship, everything you do is going to be questioned.
And I think that's most sexually abused victims that I'm friends with and know of and have talked to. You know, they need that protection. They need that assurance that they're going to be safe. And then they also need that trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you do. You have to, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I wanted our viewers to see that if you are a victim, you're not the only one. This isn't just about you.
No.
You know, I mean, you aren't the only one that's sitting in that room with the door closed, dreading the person that's going to come visit you.
Right.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one that is grown as hell and still have flashbacks.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You're not the only one
that still has an effect.
You're not the only parent who's been sexually abused as a child and now have kids and want to be hovering over everything that they do.
Right.
You're not the only one.
And you're not the only one that blames yourself. I was a victim that blamed myself.
I did too. I felt like because it happened so many times that it must be me. It must be me. It must be something in me that's drawing these crazy ass people to want to touch me. And it's not. Now that I'm grown,
right.
I feel that way. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I know that it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault at all. But as a teen and as a little kid,
yeah.
I felt like it was myself. Like I felt like I made this happen.
Right.
And you beat yourself up. Baby, listen, I used to be, when I was like 5 or 6, baby, to tell you the truth, I was skinny. I was skinny. I was small. But I really feel like that's what made me, I was eating to hide myself. I felt like, okay, well, maybe if I gain, let me eat this pain away. Let me get these ho-hos. Girl, listen, I remember this is so sad. When you grow, you start thinking about stuff when you used to say when you was younger. Like, I remember sitting in the car, and this is how fat I was, baby. Listen, I remember sitting in the back of my mom's car, and she was like, I said, Mom, I want 2. It was a Wendy's. I said, Mom, I want 2 bacon cheeseburgers and a large fry. She said, girl, you ain't getting no daggone 2. And I remember pouting like, I can't wait till I get older. I'm gonna order this. I'm gonna order that. Wow. Like, that's how angry I was that she wouldn't let me. And I remember really sitting down, and I could name the whole menu that I was saying in my head, like, I'm gonna order this, I'm gonna order that. Like, I just wanted to eat my pain away. You know what I'm saying? I did. And food was like my resource. Food was like my comfort. That was my security. I felt like food would never let me down. I can have a ho-ho, a fudge round and feel good afterwards. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That would just make me feel so comfortable with myself, you know? And now as an adult, I identify that. I identify that food is my weakness, especially sugar. I can live without a burger. I can live without a fry, but I can't live without sugar. And sugar was my comfort. You know, like my grandma would take us to the penny candy store and give us $1, and I would go crazy in a penny candy store. Like, that was my comfort. So it's like when you're young, you try to latch on to things because of hurt. Or you try to find other avenues. Some people lean on, because they're sexually abused, sex is their way of coping.
And that's crazy how that, you would think it would be like vice versa, like they wouldn't like it.
No, because if even in that act you felt good, it gave you pleasure, it takes your mind off of the person that's doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? So when you have gratification in an act that also makes you feel bad, it can kind of to cope with your other elements in your life, other things, you go towards that pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So if the person in front of me is hurting me, but he also gives me pleasure, when other things in my life is hurting me, I want that pleasure, right? To fill that space. So I'm not gonna. I was one. Baby, listen. Sex helps clear my mind just like a good fudge round. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in a relationship with my husband, baby, listen, you piss me off. I might not touch you for a while, but when I get that urge, I just want to have sex, and you can go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? It's just about getting that pleasure to feel that area, and then you can go on about your business. So people cope different ways when it comes to being a victim of any kind of sexual abuse, rape. Some people, especially, it can also hurt your sexuality. Yes. If you're touched by a girl and you get pleasure, or if you're a boy and you get touched by a boy and you get pleasure, it can make you confused on where you want to go.
Sense.
You know, and it could be that you're not actually wanting to be in a relationship with them, but that feeling that you got with the woman, or that feeling that you got from a man, makes you want to have gratification. And I've heard men say that they do it just to hurt another man because they were hurt by a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not actually the act of sex giving them pleasure. It's the point of hurting another man the way that they were hurt as a kid.
Wow.
So it's not like they're going in like, oh, we about to make love. It's more like, I'm about to hurt the heck out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because I just need to get this anger out of me, you know? So it can cause confusion both ways. You know, I've women and men, you know, they like the opposite sex, but because of that act makes them open sexually to the same sex.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to say that that's the reason why men, you know, your preference is your preference. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that all the time.
That is what
but that's
happens.
exactly. Right. Some people mentally, and some people don't get that. It's not for you to get if you've never been in that situation. Right. You know, it's not for you to get. But you need to understand and respect that person. Right. Don't degrade them because you don't know where they've been. You don't know their life story.
Yeah, and please, if you've never been in that situation, I've seen this so many times. People try to do this to me. Please don't try and re-diagnose the person. If you have never been you have no idea the mental state of a victim when they go to bed at night and close their door and they're there by themselves and their mind, like they say, idle mind is the devil's playground. You have no idea what runs through the mind of a person that's been raped, molested, abused. Even after it's already said and done and it's over and it's not happening years later, you don't know what. I still to this day, if I'm sitting by myself in a room, every now and then that vision, that feeling, everything will come back like it was just yesterday.
You do.
And my mind will play tricks on me and I get angry all over again. And then I start blaming myself all over again. And I blame myself for different reasons because me as a victim, I took the situation as, and a lot of people do this. If you are being sexually abused, it's not your fault. I don't care what you choose to do with the situation. And I found out later after I started talking about it to people that I wasn't the only one that did this. Because I couldn't tell anyone, I decided to use this situation to my benefit. And as crazy as that may sound to some people, that's what I did. So it was called, okay, since this is what you're going to do, then you're going to give me what I want. Otherwise, I'm going to tell. You use it as a leverage. You know what I'm saying? And that's what helped me place the blame on myself because I took the situation and flipped it to where, okay, it's going to be used for my benefit then.
Right.
Since I can't tell and I can't do anything about it, this is what I'm doing. And it went on for 3 years.
3 years.
Wow.
Until I finally got
to
the
me, a
guts
minute
to tell
is
them.
too long.
It is.
And when you're in that moment, it feels like eternity.
Yeah.
And it could just be 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
But in that moment, you wrapping your mind around it and it feels like it's going on forever.
Yeah. Finally, I had got the guts at 14 to say stop because I was raped by a different person. So by then I was like, okay.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Did you tell anybody about the rape?
I told my best friend at the time.
You didn't go to the police?
No.
You was how old? 16 then?
I was 14.
14.
Okay. And also you said
because I didn't know his real name.
Oh, that's crazy. That's gotta be hard.
It was hard. It was very hard. It wasn't anything extremely violent, but it was still just it happened.
Right.
You know, and I always blame myself.
Like she said, woman is too long.
You know,
that to me is too.
And that happened from a situation. You know, me and my best friend, we being hot, found some little boys, cute. You know, we just making out. But then it got too far. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I was a virgin. I didn't want to do that. I was scared. My mom had me scared, thinking if I kissed somebody, I was gonna get pregnant. So sex, no. I knew I was gonna get pregnant like that. No. They wasn't having it. Pin me down.
So you say that you don't like when someone that hasn't been through it try to diagnose it, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
Because me, I have not been through it. Fortunately, I haven't. So I'm like, I look at it like this. So you say, let's say a professional, would you take do you think speaking with them would help the situation at all? Not saying that anybody should. I'm just wondering because I've never been through it. So I'm just wondering.
I used to think that I needed a professional.
Go talk to somebody.
I used to think that I needed a professional because I still think I do sometimes because of where my mind goes.
Heck, I think I need a professional sometimes. Yeah, it hadn't
for real.
Right.
But some people that are not professional, especially church folk, will try to. How can I put this?
Condemn you.
Yeah, they'll try to condemn you. You know, they'll try and figure out a way to make it seem like, well, you put yourself in this situation.
If you wouldn't have done this, then this wouldn't have happened.
This wouldn't have happened. You know,
you weren't dressed this way. Or
you know, if you wasn't
hanging out with the wrong crowd, this wouldn't have happened.
Right, I understand. Exactly. You know, if you wasn't with that particular friend, you was doing something you ain't had no business doing. And my thing is, you know, that has nothing to do with somebody being violated. Because at the bottom line is, and I want people to understand this, sexual abuse and rape is when you tell someone no. If you're not giving them permission to touch you in any way, shape, form, or fashion that you don't want to be touched, that is rape. That is abuse.
Means no.
I don't care if you started out kissing for 30 minutes and you got butt naked. If you say no, the answer is no. I ain't talking about that cute little.
Or if you at an age where you can't even identify what is happening to you.
Yes,
that's the point. If I'm a child and I can't identify what is happening, I can't even vocally say what is happening to me. Then baby, that's you abusing.
You're
me.
abusing me.
You're abusing me.
It don't matter where you are, what situation you was in, whether you was somewhere you ain't had no business, hanging with people you ain't had no business. Bottom line is, someone took advantage of you.
And it can happen anywhere.
Anywhere.
Like, just the way, like it can happen anywhere. I know for me personally, I've also been a victim of it. It wasn't necessarily as, I guess, intense as some other people have experienced it. But for me, it was my mom's boyfriend. So my mother was a drug addict. So he was her boyfriend, but he was also her dealer. So I would watch him take advantage of her. And then when I would kind of step in and I'm like, hey, leave her alone, then it turned to me. So that's something that it can happen anywhere.
Right.
It
can happen anywhere at any time. So a lot of people who have not been through it automatically are like, well, what were you doing? Or what did you do to cause this? Or what could you have done for it not to happen?
Right.
For me, I was for. Like, there was nothing that I could really do. Like, I was for. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like,
nothing.
So you're touching me, and I'm telling you to stop, but at the same time, my mother is on drugs. So her whole thing is, it was literally for him, it was like, either you let me do this to her, or I'm going to do it to you. And for her as an addict, it was just like, I mean, if you're going to give me what I need at this moment, then do what you're going to do.
Right.
So it's at 4, it wasn't my fault.
Right.
Granted, as I grew up, I went through different things as a teenager. I was like, how come this happened to me? Why was it me instead of somebody else? I have an older sister, and she hasn't went through any of this shit. So I'm like, well, what did I do?
You do, right?
Yeah. So
why out of us too? I'm the only one. You do think about that.
Yeah,
right.
All the time.
And I mean, that's something that a lot of people, like you said, are condemned. For a lot of people who are adults have not spoke about it because of how it's perceived.
Right.
In the age of social media, everything is a joke.
Right.
Everything, nothing is taken seriously.
Exactly.
From mental health, molestation, whatever the case may be, when people speak, people don't listen.
No, they don't.
So there are adults who are walking around here right now who have experienced things, have been through things, and have not spoken on them because they're afraid nobody will listen, or they're afraid that somehow it's going to be turned back on them. It really, honestly, for me, doesn't make sense, but that's the reality of the situation. Like,
unfortunately,
it is. It is so sad because I feel like a lot of times the church, for one, they kind of condemn you because they don't want people to come out.
Well, not the church, but church folk.
Church folk, not the church itself, but some church folks.
Church folk.
They don't want. They don't want that. They don't want that tarnish on them.
Right.
And then they also want to put that fear in you for you to be quiet. Silence is the key, and that's fear factors don't help the situation. You know, that comes fear in me. It is.
That comes from the
They
South.
sweep everything under the rug, and it's sad. They want to hush it. They want to quiet it down. They don't want other people to know what's happening in their family. Keep that between a family. Anything that happens in this house stays in this house.
Right.
And to some point, yes, I agree with that.
Right.
But if somebody in your house is hurting me, then that secret is no longer no longer safe in this house. It needs to be said. It needs to be shared. It needs to be stopped. It needs to be cut at its neck ASAP.
And I've heard the horrifying stories of parents who
know about it and keep it going.
No, not only know about it, but they provoke it. You've heard about the moms who, because they want to keep that man in their house, but they know that they want to play with their little daughter or their little son, so they let them do it and turn a blind eye.
That's sickening.
Very. On both parties.
Both parties.
I don't even know who's worse, the person that's doing the molestation or the one that's letting it happen.
Right. The one that's letting it happen is even worse to me because you have the power to stop it.
Yeah, and you
have the power to stop it. And I'm not trying to. Most people who are do sexual acts upon kids were also sexually abused.
Yes.
So I'm not giving that as a token that it's okay for you to do it.
No pass.
But you get no pass because as an adult you know damn better. Period.
Point
blank. And to me, if you know that hurts you, why put that hurt onto somebody else?
You would think
that's a mental problem, but they don't see it that way. They see it as I don't know if I wouldn't say sharing, but they feel like, okay, well maybe it's okay. Maybe I should try it. And then they end up liking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like touching. Since he liked touching me, maybe I like,
Yeah, and I mean, but that also stems from the fact that somebody can be in a home and say, hey, this is happening to me. And people, like, as far as like even like parents or whoever's in the home that, that child or that person is telling to, that person that they're supposed to confide in is just like, well, just let it be, or don't cause an uproar, or keep the peace. So with that, and again, it's no excuse, there's no passes with this, but to look at it from a mental health perspective, it's like, if I'm telling you that this is what's happening to me, and you're essentially telling me that sweep it under the rug, it'll be okay. As a child, when that person gets older, they're like, well, I told my grandma, who's the closest person to me, I told her, and she comforted me, and she instead of dealing with it, she comforted me and told me that it was okay. So that person who has those mental health issues is now sitting there and is like, well, maybe it's okay because she told me, she told me it was okay.
Right.
So it's just like there's so many people who, as far as kids, who are afraid to speak out. There are adults that this shit happens to who are afraid to speak out.
And they feel like it's a shaming if you talk about it. It's not. And then
you have some who, I've heard of some, I have a friend who was abused, and when she told her parent, they didn't even believe her.
A lot of parents don't, because it's not that they don't believe them, they just don't want to address it. They don't want to deal with it.
Because they're kids.
Because they're kids, or because the person that is doing the act, they're either they're scared of them, or they're helping them, or something is happening to hinder them to want to go there.
Right.
And it also is because if they were touched, their parent didn't do anything, so they don't know how to handle those kind of situations.
Yep.
And that's something that we want to talk about next week. How to handle and how to see the signs.
And I have a number here. If you are being sexually assaulted, there's a number you can call. It's the National Sexual Assault Hotline, 1-800-656-HOPE. That's 1-800-656-HOPE. So if you don't have somebody that you trust that you can go to, or you don't, if you have a family member that's happening, try and reach out for support. Try and contact the police, but if you're scared to do that, call that number. It's anonymous, and definitely call that 1-800-656-HOPE if you are being sexually assaulted or know of someone that's being sexually assaulted. Don't be a friend and not speak up to your friend.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Please don't hold those kind of secrets. Don't hold those. Please don't. And we're going to open the phone line 614-781-0754. So if you do want to call in, speak to us about this subject, or speak to Miss Tiffany Marie. She is here. So again, that's 614-781-0754. So I also I posted this in our group, and I wanted to speak on it as well. 225,000 children are sexually abused each year.
That is a lot.
It's a lot.
Children.
They say every 98 seconds a person is sexually assaulted. That's a lot.
All because of an urge of
Well, it's
horniness.
It's not even just that. It's a sickness.
Oh, I'm
A lot
sorry.
of
It's
it
not
is
even
a
1,000. It's 1,000,000. I apologize.
Yeah, a lot of it's not even just they're just horny. It's most of them. It's a sickness. It really is. It's an untreated sickness.
And you need to get help. If you have sexually urges, if you look at somebody that's younger than you, and I mean not a year, not 2 years, I mean no shape, no form. They look like they just came out of the uterus, and you look at them and you feel like you got a sexual urge, then baby, step away from that child. If that's your child in your blood and you feel a sexual urge, baby, please step away from that child and get you some help. ASAP. Please, ASAP. You should not have any sexual urge for a child. Blood, especially. Come on now. Wake up. Y'all need to not. It's wrong. It's so disgusting. The majority of victims are under 8 years old. And in about 50% of them are the parent.
Yep.
The one the kid's supposed to be able to trust.
Right. The parent.
This is a scary number. 85% of child abuse victims never report their abuse. 85%. 85%.
So those numbers that we were giving you were actually the only ones who have reported.
Yep.
So if we all reported the sexual acts that are going on, I would think that a lot of these people would stop.
Right.
But because they do these threats, and that's what I wanted to talk about too. A lot of kids are scared to speak up on it because they're being threatened. They're being threatened of harm to their mom, being taken away from their parents. Like, hey, daddy loves you, but hey, if you tell, you ain't gonna live here no more. You gonna be living with so and so, or you gonna be in child protective services, or if you tell, I'm gonna kill your mama, or I'm gonna kill you, or I'm gonna kill your brave baby brother. It's these kind of threats that stop people, little kids especially, from telling and getting help for this act. You're being hindered because you're scared, and I'm telling you, these people are scaring you because they know that you're not going to say nothing. Period. They're not going to do what they're saying that they're going to do.
No,
they're not. But they know that you love your mama, you love living at home with your mom, and you love your little brother. So they won't put that fear in you to stop you from telling.
Yep. Now listen to this. It says over 75% of serial rapists report they were sexually abused as youngsters.
75%?
Over 75%.
Lord Jesus.
30 to 40% of victims are abused by a family member. 50% are by someone outside of the family whom they know and trust.
So generally, these adults that are sick in the head, it started when they was a kid. And so you would think if you would teach your child to speak up or say something, or if we take our kids seriously, it may reduce the rates in the adult stage. You would think. We have to take our kids a little more seriously.
We have to. And you have to talk to your kids at a very young age. As soon as my baby was able to talk,
Oh yeah.
I was telling her, you don't let nobody touch you here. You ain't allowed to let nobody touch you there.
Trust me. I don't
if anybody put your hand on them, you let mommy know. I don't care what scare they tell you, they gonna hurt who. You let mommy know. You better scream at your little top of your little lungs if somebody touch you inappropriately. I tell my baby, I was telling her that when she was able to talk.
Yeah.
I don't play.
Yep.
Don't come for mines, baby.
Studies show, like, in order to at least try to reduce the risk of preventing it, is teach your child. Teach your child the safety basics. Teach them their body parts. What doctors should only be touching you here. And there's some good doctors out there that actually I've heard them tell my sons, like only me, your mom, teach your kids that the body parts that should not be touched by others. You gotta,
and to me, don't even say that, because you got to tell them what's inappropriate touching.
Right.
Okay. Because if I go to the doctor and my doctor touches me.
Yeah.
And then I go home and my mama touches me, and you say only mommy and doctor can touch you. Then they think it's okay. Sure. Mommy touches me, rub me a little harder, touch me down there, or the doctor touches me a little more. No, if I touch you and you jump, or I touch you, if you feel any kind of tingly sensation, then you know that that's inappropriate touching at your age.
You got to teach.
You have to teach them.
But you know, it's funny you said that about the doctor, because I had a problem with male doctors. I had a female doctor when I was young, and then when she left, then we found out we were getting a male doctor. I literally cried in the doctor's office every time I had to go see him. He eventually warmed up to me, but for the first 2 years. Yeah, my mom was in the room.
I wanted to have a subject on that too.
Yeah, when I had to have pets, I wasn't playing that. I literally was in tears.
But see, me and my mom, I would be like, I need a female doctor for my daughter.
Yeah, see, my mom didn't see it that way. She was just, it's a doctor. She didn't understand.
That's how
why
you was freaking out.
I was freaking out. I was literally freaking out.
I don't want no man looking down.
I don't want no man doctor. I don't care if he ain't doing it, but taking my temperature.
My doctor is a male. I love him to death. He birthed my baby.
See, we're adults. So
right. But I've always had male and female doctors. Right. I've never liked a female doctor.
See, I prefer female
doctors. Never have liked a female doctor. And that's only because the majority of the female doctors that I've encountered have never taken the time to like actually talk to me, you know what I'm saying, and really get to know my ailments or whatever. It's more like, okay, I got to go to the next one. And all my male doctors have sat down, talked to me, had conversations, asked me how I'm doing. Like my OBGYN, he'll be like, let me see what kind of look like now. Show me a picture. You know what I'm saying? So I have a connection with him.
Right.
And actually, I was going for surgery. And I found that I was pregnant. So every time he sees me, he'd be like, girl, I ain't never going to forget you. But we was actually going for surgery. And he was like, oh, we can't do the surgery today. I'm thinking like, oh, my blood pressure, what's going on? He's like, nah, you pregnant. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So it's like, I understand, because that can hinder your relationships with doctors or people, even people of authority. You know what I'm saying? It can hinder you when you are a victim. You know, if I'm a victim, if I'm molested by a woman, I probably wouldn't want an OBGYN that's a female to look down there, and check me out. Or if I was sexually assaulted by a male, I might have those kind of issues with having a male doctor touch me anywhere down there.
Right.
So, or if you have somebody who's a teacher, even a doctor or a police officer, a father figure, anybody who has authority over your life. And then when you get older, you can have that kind of resentment and hate for authority. Like you didn't protect, someone of authority didn't protect me as a child. So why would I respect you, you know what I'm saying, in my adulthood? So that's why I say analyzing your issues can help you. And sometimes you can't do it on your own. Like it took me a long time. Like I really, really, really was reading and trying to, listening to other people's stories. It enlightened me on the things that I was doing in my life and made me see, okay, well, that's why I don't like that. Or that's why I don't like when people talk to me in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Or it kind of opens your eyes. So if you have issues with certain things and you can't figure out why, then you definitely need to see somebody, because either they can open your eyes to those things, or you need to internally open your own eyes to them.
And they can be little things. They can be the little, like for me, I have an issue with people screaming at me. Like I don't, and that stems from being in that household for that short amount of time. But it was always a bickering match, or it was always a screaming situation. So when, even as an adult, when people are trying to talk to me or trying to get me to understand something and they scream at me, I completely shut down.
Oh yeah, all of that.
Like I can't. And again, it took me some time to understand, like,
why.
Even if somebody is just talking to me and we're having a conversation and they're trying to get their point across to me, if they scream, I have to kind of, now that I'm an adult, I know how to kind of figure it out. But it used to be when I can be having a conversation with my friend, they'll be screaming at me and I'll shut down. And they'll be like, well, what's wrong? And I'm just like, I don't want to talk anymore. Yeah. So I've learned over time how to kind of regulate it, but it can be little things. Like
little things. And I feel like that's why I'm so loud. Like,
because you were so quiet.
Because I was so quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that made me, and anytime I'm passionate about something, that's when it escalates even more, you know, because I want to be heard. I want you to hear me. If I don't feel like I'm heard, then my voice escalates even more. And I don't mean to yell like I'm coming at you, but it's just, I want you to hear me. Yeah. I want you to be able to see me. Because for so long, I felt invisible. I didn't feel like I was actually a person. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was just going through. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally, I can sense when I clicked off. You know what I'm saying? You know when you actually were alert in your life and when you actually checked out. You know what I'm saying? I checked out for a long time. Like I literally, I mean, my mom would try to have conversations with me on her way to work and I wouldn't say anything to her. She would have to literally stop talking to me for me to realize that she, you know, like, what's wrong with you? Mom, what's wrong?
Right, why are you talking?
Why are you talking to me? But it was like, then she'd be like, oh, that's what I got to do. But that was just me. I checked out. And it wasn't her. It was me. Like, I really didn't feel like I was there. So until you were quiet, then it was like, okay, maybe she does see me. What's wrong? You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, now you don't want to be bothered with me, but you was. So now I need to make sure that I ain't do nothing to stop you from checking in on me. You know? But I'm telling you, you can talk about being a victim all day.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to say, because I want our viewers to understand something, because I think a lot of people get it misconstrued, even though it happens majority in the female community, there are men, a lot of them, who were sexually assaulted and raped, and not by the same sex. There are women who were abusing, sexually molesting these men. I've met some.
I met some too. But a lot of times they think it's okay. Especially if you had somebody that was nice looking, you know what I'm saying, that touched you, boys would be like, oh, I had sex when I was 10. Okay, what you mean you had sex at 10?
Right.
But then she was 17. If a 17-year-old let you have sex with her and you was 10, that's a problem. And y'all think it's a notch on your belt. That's why they don't say nothing about it, because it makes them feel like, oh, I'm sleeping with a 17-year-old. You know, and it's not cute. It's definitely hindering you as a young man. You feel like your ego is being boosted at 10, and that's sad.
That also factors into those stigmas, though, because there are those stigmas, and it's kind of off topic, but there are those stigmas that if a man is promiscuous, yo, you got it. Like you the man. But if a woman is promiscuous, it's like, oh, nah, you a hoe. Like you can't even. But that's where that comes from. So those young boys who are sleeping with their teachers, who are like, yup, I did it. I sure did.
That's cute.
Anybody, even if like some young, I know a man personally, he told his dad what was happening. His dad was like, way to go. Wait a second. That's not.
That's sad. It's sad.
It's very sad.
When you having parties, 16-year-old parties with strippers for your young boy because he's entering manhood. Like, that ain't cute. But go ahead, Misha. What you about to say?
No, I was just going to say, I just found a statistic. 1 in 6 men have experienced sexual abuse experience before the age of 18. But some of them, like you said, because of the stigma, they don't realize.
They don't realize it.
Some do. And those that do, they end up there's effects behind it. And majority of them have trust issues.
They do.
With women. Even though they engage in relationships, they have a serious trust issues. And it didn't take for me to get grown to realize, oh, that's what was happening. Oh, okay. You should have said something. And that's another thing. With us victims, we need to be more. Don't be afraid to communicate. I know I used to be like that. I was scared to tell another guy that I was molested or raped because I was scared they would run away. Because a lot of them did. They'd be scared to touch you. They're scared to talk to you. They feel like, and then some of them would just become angry because they're like, even though it's like, well, why are you mad? My husband was like that. He didn't want to talk about it. To this day,
Yeah,
he
my
will
husband
not
does the same way.
talk about it. And I had to ask him, like, why? Like, do you know how that makes me feel when I have a moment? Like, I feel like at that moment, when I have those moments and I want to talk about it, I need to get off.
Talk about it.
And you don't want to talk about it. He's like, because it was a time and a period where I couldn't be there to protect you. And I had to understand that, like, okay, I understand that, but you have to understand that this is an ongoing thing for me. Like, this is a memory that will never go away. It is always there. As much as I try to erase it, it doesn't work.
It's never going to leave your mindset. And regardless of how much you push it back, in reality, it's playing in the back of your mind.
Constantly
Playing in the back of your
especially
mind.
When you get touched in that area that was focused on.
Right.
It replays right there. Even in the middle of it. You could be feeling good, everything going good, the mood set right. You touch that area, it plays. And as hard as you try to burn that memory out, it does not go away.
It doesn't. It doesn't. So again, the phone lines are open.
Call in.
It's cool if y'all don't want to call in because, baby, listen, this whole session right here is so therapeutic for me.
It might be therapeutic to y'all.
And it might be right.
Okay.
If you're listening and it's therapeutic to you, baby, that's what we wanted to do for this subject. Enlighten and bring some information. Let you know that you are not alone.
No, and it's not your fault.
It's not. So I want to go ahead and talk to Miss Tiffany Marie. I was going to take a break, but I can't. I got to talk to Miss Tiffany because you are a model, a beautiful plus size model.
Hey.
How long have you been modeling?
I've only been modeling for like a year and a half, actually.
Okay. Listen.
Well,
she walked like she been
doing
Naomi Campbell up in this piece. I swore. I thought she was about to say about 5-6 years. Like, baby, listen.
Nope, it's just been about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So you just been straight up in the club.
But this is the thing. And I posted it on my Facebook a couple days ago. Like, it was literally like the first fashion show that I walked in. The coordinator had made a post looking for artists. And I'm like, oh, I'm a poet. That'll be dope. Like, I'm a plus size, and I'm a poet. That'll work. And I walk into the casting call, and she's like, oh, put your shoes on. Let's wait. No, I didn't come for that. That's not what I'm here for. I had no idea what I was doing. I walked in there, and there were like seasoned models. Our models, the Jessica being one of them, who was like, honey, like, listen, just relax. Because I was nervous. I was real tense. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it was people like Jessica and like a couple other people who were just like, listen, just relax. And like, just do it. So, but it's literally only been a year and a half. So I'm just kind of still trying to find my way. But
awesome.
And I heard there's a show going on this weekend.
I know. So Cincinnati, Ohio Curvy Fashion Weekend.
Yes,
Kiki is also in the show.
Yes,
you feel me? Yes. So Cincinnati, you come out. It's at the Forum Entertainment Complex. So Google it. You should be there. Tickets are $20.
OKFW.
On
Facebook.
Absolutely.
LLC.
Miss Angie. Hey, Miss Angie.
Hey.
I ain't never met you, but hey, Miss Angela.
She's so sweet.
She is.
So yes, I'm so excited. I wish I could come this weekend to see y'all beautiful. I hope y'all post some videos and pictures because I definitely want to see my lovely ladies. I love these ladies. I promise.
We love you,
baby. Listen. So Miss Tiffany Marie, the poet. Let's talk about that portion of your life.
Yes.
How long you been writing poetry?
Since I was maybe 11.
Okay.
Let my dad tell it. I've been writing poetry since I could write, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know how that happens, but whatever. Probably since I was 11 though. And it's funny that I'm here for this segment because for me, writing was that outlet.
Yes.
Okay. It was that only way I had a voice.
Yeah.
So I would say things, I would do things, and even like sometimes with me acting out, it wasn't people listening.
Yeah.
So I always knew that if I had my pen and I had my notebook would always listen. There was never any bias. It didn't talk back. I could say whatever I wanted, and I wouldn't be judged for it. So from 11, and then I started performing when I was 14.
Okay. So when you were performing, was it just at school events, or you were going to like public things?
It was so here in the city, Columbus City Schools actually does a district poetry slam.
Yes, they do.
And I actually, for my high school, we didn't have a poetry team. So I kind of formed our poetry slam team at my high school, and that was the first competition we went to.
Oh, wow.
But from there, it was the poetry slams, and then maybe about 2.5 years ago, I kind of got into the Columbus artist scene. Just on a whim. Like one of my homegirls told me about an open mic night. I went, I performed, I went back the next week, and I was the winner of the open mic. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa! You got winners in this.
Now I have a question because
Yes.
I write poetry. Mary's been trying to get me to share,
Baby,
but I have a
listen,
problem with
She
that.
gonna do it.
So, from someone who does share her, when did you feel comfortable sharing your work with people, and what made you feel comfortable to share?
For me, it was really I had a teacher in high school, and she taught a writer seminar class.
Okay.
And she taught a writer seminar class, and then my language arts teacher, my freshman year, I had some summer project, and we had to write a story. And I couldn't write the story without it sounding poetic. So she read it, and she kind of called me in. She had no idea who I was because the school hadn't started yet. So when she found out who I was, she was kind of the first person to believe in what I did.
Okay.
So for me, it was really just having someone who genuinely just believed in the talent that I have.
Right.
Someone just genuinely believing in the talent that I had.
Okay.
And then, it was really just sometimes you got to feel the fear and do it anyway.
Right.
So,
Man,
It's
look,
like jumping on
ting,
the
ting, ting,
I
ting,
used
ting,
to share.
ting.
No, I started writing in elementary, and I shared it in elementary. But I think around the time that
Yeah.
was happening, I isolated and
That's
shut
right.
everything off. So I just never. After that, I don't really share with.
Well, you
people.
have somebody that believes in you. I believe in you, my
girl.
sister.
Listen.
So I need you
Oh, Lord.
to share. Look, this is what we're gonna do. Next week,
Mm-mm.
I want you to write a poem,
Mm-mm.
please, my sister. And you gonna listen. We can turn your camera off and you can read it over there in the corner. I just want to hear a piece on this. I need it on record.
I'm gonna slide in your DMs this week.
WTMH.
I'm gonna slide in your DMs this week. Like, listen, are you ready? We gonna do it. All right, cool.
I'm gonna put all kind of memes in your DM.
Oh, glory. Like you already know.
So, Miss Tiffany Marie, do you have a short poem that's just like off the top of your head, like one of your favorites?
Yeah, you came to bless us today, right?
Yeah. So,
Yes.
it was actually because listen, me and Mary, we got this thing, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mary got this thing, and me and Mary act up together a whole lot of times.
I believe that.
Don't that's not.
I'm talking about.
Sure.
her-
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
talking about her
yeah. So,
Believe it. No one gonna slow my
but for me, this piece was one of the pieces that I wrote when I kind of got to a point in my life where it was like, I'm tired of doing what everybody else wants me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm tired of walking this way and presenting myself this way and doing that. So the piece I'm going to do is called Rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
I like it already.
I
do too.
need that in my box.
Yeah, so it's called Rebellion. It's kind of just that. Well, I'm gonna spit it for y'all, and then you'll kind of see kind of where I'm going with it.
Should we like snap?
You can snap if you want to. That's fine.
Is that what they do?
Yeah, at the end, though. Don't do it
At the end.
Okay.
See, on the inside, I'm just as beautiful and dainty as could be. But on the outside, I am rebellion. I'm a disobedient, hard-headed warrior, also known as queen, strapped with a pen, ready to lock and load and send your mind into a whirlwind. I thought I told you, I'm critically trivial like chess, mic check, checkmate. I win, you lose, I'm on a level of my own. See, according to my society, I'm supposed to be a courteous, decorous, and a gentle soul. You know, a lady. I'm supposed to bite my tongue, mind my manners, and be completely oblivious to what's going on around me. Never mind the young girl on social media devaluing her body for a couple likes, the drug-addicted mother who just sold her 12-year-old daughter to the dope man for an 8 ball. I'm supposed to ignore the reality for fear being inferior or not acting like a lady, but y'all, somebody got to save our babies. 217. Wait, mirrors manipulating melanin into Glockscock 2017, and we are still nothing more than spinning silhouettes of inequality. And y'all, if I die in police custody, it was not of my own free will. Burnt churches, burnt crosses, she cries for a hero. Hiroshima bombs are being dropped on Black lives daily. And those sent to protect and serve are now glorified murderers, and they wonder why fuck the police. It still bangs through our speakers. We will not go quietly. Every revolution will be televised into a mother who just buried her child's cries and no longer repeats in the forefront of my dreams. They are this is my reality. And to the beautiful society that we live in, I'm screaming, fuck your opinion. I will be loud, boisterous, and I won't make shit pretty. I will go toe-to-toe street fight, no holds barred, still cage match, in some pumps or some Timbs, still seated on my throne, and I'm still crown queen like. I'm rebellion. I'm a disobedient, hard-headed warrior, also known as queen, strapped with a pin, ready to lock and load and send your mind into a whirlwind so that maybe, just maybe, the young girl watching me can grow up and become her own self-loving, self-governing, self-defining version of a lady.
What the?
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I need a high five for that one.
What the?
And this way.
What the? What the?
You're gonna make me watch this. We're gonna have a whole lot of views from me watching this video over
Tiffany
and over.
me over here with my face.
Hey, your next show?
Baby.
We actually, me and my team, Sunday 614, we actually have a show this Saturday at Ruby Tuesday Live. So I'll be in Cincinnati in the daytime, and I'll be back here that night at Ruby Tuesday Live on Summit. So there's a lot of dope artists.
Y'all heard that?
Sitting there.
Ruby Tuesday, Saturday night. What time?
Doors open at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Sunday 6
I don't care if it is a cover charge. Better have your ass at Ruby Tuesday.
Baby, listen, that right there just touched me all up in here.
It's $7 holla.
Yep.
Now, if you get it for $5, you buy a $2
Now you saw what she just said for free. $7.
Dang, baby, you better
But
scratch
drink,
that up.
y'all drink more than $7. Let's just go there for
Well, listen, you can come and get a drink. You can get some food. There's going to be live art. There's a lot of local artists in the city who will be performing. There's a little mini fashion show happening. There's all kinds, and that's inside scoop. So if they're not paying, if they're not listening here, it's only $7.
Listen, we going.
And what time?
Doors open at 8 p.m.
Okay.
So I will
We
send y'all
going.
the flyer. Yep.
Saturday.
I'm
right?
going. I got an outfit and everything. I'm ready.
That's
It'll
fine.
be
That's
after I
fine.
get off, but I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, no, listen.
Yeah.
What time you get off?
I get off at 10.
What the hell?
I might sneak out early.
Please do.
Okay,
I want to be
that's
there at 8. Like, what the hell?
At 8. Who goes on time? Listen, this.
Listen, our show start on time. Now listen, you better come at 8 so that you can see the show.
Okay, so I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna be a good person Saturday night. We're gonna be on time.
I need to be there to see Miss Tiffany Marie.
Yes, because
At
that's
8 o'clock. That was fire. I so thank you
Yes.
for gracing our mics with that, baby.
Now I have to
Thank
ask.
you.
Yes.
I probably know the answer just because of the way you deliver and the way that you speak, you write. Who's your favorite poet?
Maya Angelou.
Love it.
I thought she was about to say Malcolm X when she put them glasses.
No.
I was thinking of you because you always got a fly situation. I was
I
thinking of
love
you.
them glasses. They gave me life. Like for real. Your whole
Yes.
I love her whole life.
I love you too.
See, when I hear poets like that, that's why I'm right.
You are
But that's not, no, listen,
That
that's
shit
not it.
influenced you.
I'm feeling out of the loop now. Everybody got glasses on in here but me.
Listen, you better
Don't
get
worry, I'll
mine. You
ignore
want to
you.
borrow mine? You can borrow mine if you want.
You can have these.
No, girl.
Oh, well, in that case.
I stole these off the dresser, girl. Don't do that.
Okay.
She said
See, mine's prescription. I don't have a choice.
Honestly, I think I need to go to the eye
If
doctor.
I take these off, all I'm gonna see is some images.
I'm done.
What?
I'm so done. Listen here.
Hey.
So y'all were just blessed on Curvilinear Radio with Miss Tiffany Marie
Yes.
Rebellion.
Maya Angelou in the making.
That was reincarnated.
Reincarnated Maya
She just
Angelou.
took her whole spirit and just spit her out right
Right
here
here.
in this room. Okay?
Unfiltered.
She reminds her whole aura reminds me of that, but it also gives me like that New York swang
Oh yeah.
when they used to do the spoken words. It just gives me life. Like I love it. So thank you so much. I will be definitely seeing you this weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, are you doing more than one piece?
I'm gonna do a couple of different things, different little situations. I don't really know what yet. I don't even. But this is the thing, though. I don't really know. I never really know what I'm gonna do until I do it.
Okay,
so true artist right there.
True
from the heart.
You know, that's funny. I just watched a video last night. It was from it was a Tupac video. You know, he was a poet.
My baby daddy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even going to address that. Different arguments. That was my husband. We ain't going to talk about that.
You could be married to him. I just want to say.
That's fine. He came home to me every night. Anyway.
That's what you think.
Girl.
Misha, we can go do this all night. Go ahead.
Play with me. All right. But no, I watched the video. They had him. I forget where he was. I think he was incarcerated and they were questioning him. But he made the statement saying that because they were trying to say that his music was influencing people to do violence, and he made the statement that he started out writing poetry, which a lot of people don't know that. To me, if I feel like if you call yourself a rapper, that's a different subject. Anyway, but a lot of people don't know Tupac was a poet, but he believed that in order to be a rapper, you had to be a poet. Rappers are poets. Poets are.
It kind of makes sense.
Rappers,
and to me, that could have been on the beat right there.
I do.
Absolutely, you did. You didn't hear the beat. I heard the beat.
I heard it in my head. That's why I was over here.
I wish I was a producer right now. So we going to the studio after this.
I told y'all when I hear something fire, my face gets to scrunching up. Like I was over here like
I'm about to be calling some producers. Like I hope you heard that and got a beat ready.
No, listen.
Like hot hands and hold hands to their hands.
You better be listening.
I need to get with Miss Tiffany Marie and give her one of your beats.
But listen, that's something that I kind of have dubbed in the city as Poem C. That's who I am.
Yeah.
So it's a situation for me where it's like I'm a poet, but everything that I write, I hear it. Okay. Like I hear everything that I write has its own cadence. And for me, what a lot of people don't know is that I stutter. So for me, I have to have a certain rhythm to the way that I speak and the way that I perform things so that I don't stutter.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't have never known it.
Right. So exactly. It's something that I am, kind of trying to get into that, that MC side.
Okay.
I recently did a song with my homie I Soldier. Shout out to I Soldier.
Yes.
The Wordsmiths. And that's like the first thing that he put me on where I had a beat and I spit over the beat.
I need to go find that.
I'm trying to.
Where you got that at?
I will send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Please.
I'll send it to you.
I like I Soldier. I've heard his music. I like music, so I
haven't heard of him, but
yes, you did.
Have I? Where?
Yeah.
When?
He was at Scott's birthday party.
Which one?
The one downtown on High Street off of where was that? Which one
was he?
He was one of the first ones.
Okay.
The poetic one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know him and
I
her.
think that was the first one I recorded.
Yeah. Him and her on a track. Oh yeah, I need that.
Mary, I'm about to send it to you right now.
Can you send that to me, please, Mary?
I sure will.
I wanted to just.
Let's put it on.
I'm not sharing with everybody. Hold up, that's me.
We're a team. You
don't do that.
Sharing.
How you gonna throw shade like that?
Ting ting. So listen here. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna wait for this fireness to come to my DM. I don't mind that in my DM. Hey, it goes down in my DM.
Hey, you took it out.
I'm a hater.
Listen,
but
I love you. I love you though. Listen,
I feel the love.
Okay, so we just got hit with this beautifulness. Okay, with Miss Tiffany Marie.
Yes,
and I so thank her for being here. And we're gonna jump into our subjects with Curvilinear Radio. And then if we still have some more time, we're going to get back on this subject at hand. So, me and myself, you all know my specialty is either fashion or makeup, or, sales. And, but with this particular subject, I didn't want to do that. And I meant to bring it, but I told y'all I had a hectic day. So I wanted to give y'all something that y'all can do to help. And Miss Tiffany and Miss Misha talked about it, is writing. So I wanted to talk about that. As parents, introduce your children, especially if they are quiet and they don't want to talk much, introduce them to journals, please.
Yes.
You get one and you get your child one. You both write. You can do make it a theme. Anything to encourage your child to talk to you about their day, just write what's going on within their lives. Right. So if you get they got them. You can go to Family Dollars. You can go to Dollar General. You can go to any dollar store and get you a nice little journal. They even have them at Walmart. Sometimes they come with a lock. Whatever helps your child feel secure in writing. But the stipulation is, you tell your child, you start it young, because then by the time they're older, they're a little more freer with talking to you about their issues. But if you start with them young, you can have like tell me your secret Sundays. So every Sunday you write in your journal and your child write in their journal, and then y'all both share a secret. And it can be age appropriate, mother, if you want to share a secret with them, just something to get them to open up to you. And this will open that door. So when something happens to your child, they are free to talk to you, or they are free to share it in their journal where you have access to it. You understand what I'm saying? So this is just something that I wanted to give y'all tidbits on. I write all the time. Y'all know I got my own little short story. I do.
I'm gonna need you to finish that.
Right. I need it.
Yes. So what we on 14? 14?
Yeah, as soon as possible. I need it.
Okay.
We waited like a month for
If y'all don't know
13.
what she's talking about, y'all can go to Facebook and follow her page. What is it?
Short Stories by Mary JB.
Yes, they are.
Listen.
I'm trying to work on Path right now because I want to give my brain a little more room to work on 15, because we're on 15 now. I posted 14.
You posted? Yeah, you did. You did.
I posted 14. So I'm on 15
Listen.
now. Valentine's Day Bear. That story has went to a whole new level.
Listen, I'll be stressed when it's over. I'll be like, wait a minute. Now what happened next? What's the rest of it? Now
You should have seen me at 12, 13. I'm like, oh, no, she didn't.
Look,
I'll be in the inbox. Mary.
Listen, no, we don't even go to inbox. We don't even go to inbox.
they get in the comments. Like, listen, what
That's all of
happened?
listen, I'm sorry. I love a suspense. I love to leave you just hanging like a cliffhanger.
She left us hanging for 3 weeks.
I did.
For number
And I
14.
didn't mean to, though. I really didn't. So I'm not going to leave y'all waiting for too much longer for Path Part 3 as well as 15. A Valentine's Day Bear. Path, that story is what I want to get out more because it actually has meaning behind it as well. If y'all didn't catch that, the first two sections that I posted.
I probably missed Path. I was too stuck in Valentine's Day Bear.
Yeah, Path is about choosing a path. Every path that you take can lead you to karma if you don't choose the right path. So that's pretty much where that's.
I'm glad you made that page. I'm glad I suggested.
Yes,
you make
Miss Kiki went in. She said you need to make a separate page so I can just go to your story. It is easier.
So I can just refer back to it, when I'm bored and just read. And
Trust me, we waited on 14 so long I had to go back and read 13. Just so I could figure out what happened. Like,
why she keep saying so long?
Listen, it was wrong.
It was longer than it should have been.
I had a lot going on.
That was like when your favorite episode ends and you gotta wait till the next season. Yeah, the end of the season, you gotta wait till the new season.
The season don't come out for another couple months.
But I know it did not end like that. Listen, if anybody know Lee Daniels, hit us up. I'm telling you, this will be a hell of a movie.
And we're probably
I'm excited. You think Empire good?
Like
Valentine's Day Bear, baby. Listen.
hey, we might be able to do something like that, right? That's the limit.
Listen.
Wait until I'm working on my book. I got to get these little stories out of my head so I can get back to my book. Because that's my thing. When I have a storyline or something hits my head, I have to get it out. If I don't get it out, I can't finish what I'm working on. It'll block me. So that's why Path is one, because I ended up seeing this picture and it just made me want to write a story about it. And then with Valentine's Day Bear, that was just for Valentine's Day, and it just spin off.
Yeah, she couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop.
I think she tried.
I did try.
But we wasn't gonna let her. We're like, oh hell no, you can't end no story like that.
So listen, I'm gonna try to end Valentine's Day Bear maybe like 2 or 3 more parts. But it's gonna be hard with all the characters that I've added.
Man,
yeah, baby, listen. So I just wanted to say that for my my offering to you guys this week is to definitely get you, you and your child, or just you, if you want to write, get your feelings out, talk about the things that happen to you, and sometimes that helps you evaluate yourself. It also enlightens you on the things, the path that you took, because of things that happened to you in your past. And it also opens you up to who you are as a person. And also helps you figure out other ways to help with other conflicts that might come your way. So this is just something I wanted, like I said, something that if you have a quiet child, or if you just want to have open conversations with your kids and you just don't know how to start those, a journal is definitely an option. Just make it a thing, something you do every, once a month, once a week, whatever helps motivate your child to want to speak freely to you.
It can even be the after school thing. They come home and they wind down. Okay, you get your notebook, you write for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you do whatever else you want to do. So.
Or y'all can both sit down together. Kids love time together, and y'all don't even gotta talk. Y'all can just be in the room. I have my journal, you have your journal. Let's write together, boo. Tell me about your day and I'm gonna write about mine. You know what I'm saying? Just starting that conversation. And then we'll switch books, boo. You read mine, and it also helps them with their reading and writing. So that's just an option. So I just wanted to give that to y'all because writing has definitely been therapeutic for me. It really, 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 really helps me. And when I see people like my love, it just brings joy to my life. I love feedback. I love when people tell me because it pushed me to write more. So just FYI, if you do want to read my stories, it is on Facebook. Short Stories by Mary J as in Jack, B as in better get your ass in that group. So I'm just playing. So I'm going. I wasn't really the bell on that one. But I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Ms. Misha.
Yes. So we got some stuff happening this weekend. First, I want to start off by saying, y'all know this is Cinco de Mayo weekend. Please be safe out there. Don't go get Mexican drunk.
You need margarita
and think you can drive. Okay. So tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo, our own Evie Jones is going to be performing at Idlewild. If y'all don't know where that is, that's 6068 Channing Way Boulevard. He's also going to have Leland Waters and Dalia Wilson.
Boys, they sound good.
Yes, so Dalia is going to be on there. So, and she's also AKA Lyrical Goddess. Correct?
Yes. I love her.
When is that?
That's tomorrow.
What time?
8 to 11.
Okay.
And I don't think there's, and it's free of charge. Idlewild.
Yeah.
Yep. So Evie Jones, Leland Waters, and Dalia, aka Lyrical Goddess, will be performing at Idlewild tomorrow at the Idlewild 8 to 11. We also have, let me see here, because I had some people send me some things. For on May 6th, they have the first annual Mother's Day dinner at the Hub Community Development Center. So if you want to do something nice for your mom or somebody's mom or your baby mama, whatever you want to do, that's Saturday 6 to 10. That's going to be at the Hub Community Development Center at 1336 East Main Street. And then, of course, like Tiffany Marie said, she will be Saturday at
Sunday 6 and 4. Ruby Tuesday Live.
Ruby Tuesday Live.
Sunday, that's even better.
No, it's Saturday. What did I say?
Saturday.
Okay.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday, May 6th.
Ruby Tuesday.
But it runs into Sunday?
Yeah. I knew what I was talking about. Y'all knew what I meant.
Right. So that's 8 o'clock, $7, right? $7.
But she said $2. What?
So you buy a $2 wristband, you get in for $5.
So you buy a $2 wristband, you get in
what
for
the
$5.
wristband do for me?
It's just a wristband, like to support our team, basically.
It's actually a raffle. There's stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh, it's a raffle.
There's a raffle. There's stuff. This lovely person up here in the corner who's been real aloof is also actually working live. She's an artist, so she's gonna be creating something dope very live at the show.
All right.
What you do?
Who, me?
Yes.
Come close to the mic, boo boo.
Don't be scared.
I do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Oh.
We got us a renaissance over here.
All right.
Just all around the way.
I'm a visual artist.
Okay.
I make beats. I smell a lot.
I see. I was about to say, you got a nice old smile. You make me want to smile. Like, hey.
Smiling is contagious.
Okay, it is.
Yes. Let's see. I don't got a couple more things. Somebody sent me something. They're having. So a friend of mine, Christina Watkins, is hosting a professional speed dating singles and mingles. So all you singles,
I'm going.
it's going to be Friday, May 12th. That's in 2 weeks.
Let me put that in my calendar.
Put y'all in y'all's calendar. I don't want to see no more posts down my timeline talking about you lonely.
Well, I might still say I'm lonely because just because I go on a speed date don't mean I'm gonna have a boo.
Might be too fast.
Chill on me.
Friday, May 12th, in 2 weeks, 6 to 8 p.m. It's at the Lincoln Cafe, 740 East Long Street. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. I will also share this on our page. A couple other things that are coming up. Of course, like you said, if we have our lovely model ladies, we'll be in Cincinnati on Saturday for the Ohio Cover Fashion Weekend. If you can get to Cincinnati, it ain't but what, an hour and a half drive? An hour, depending on who drives.
It's only $20.
45 minutes if I was driving, but that's neither here or there.
Oh, and Friday, we're also having the Pink and Black Ball down there, which is OKFW also.
Get real classy, real cute.
You know,
snap.
come on out and kick it with us Friday at the Pink and Black Ball. And Pink and Black is not
Where is that
mandatory. So
It's in Cincinnati.
just get.
Y'all don't got the location?
We'll
We'll put it in the group.
Yeah.
It's in Cincinnati,
So I can
though.
get that.
Yeah.
So if you in Cincinnati, you can go, and if you driving up to Cincinnati to see these ladies, you go a little early. Go on Friday and get your groove on. Bring you a nice outfit. Don't come. You don't gotta come in black and pink like they say. You can just come in all black.
Okay, here we go right here.
Just be
The
dressed.
Pink and Black Ball is actually at 7500 Fair Park Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45216, which is what? It's the KFC Hall.
Okay.
Either way it goes, 7500 Fair Park.
I know where that
Avenue.
is.
So come on and kick it.
Miss Nisha know everything because she Miss Hot Spot Queen.
That's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
And those
And then I
tickets are
got
$15. And it also includes a food and dessert buffet, yo. $15, you come in and join a DJ and dance.
Or
And
you can also get into the ball and a ticket to the fashion show the following. Just make it a whole weekend.
true.
For what, 35?
Yes.
So you get a ticket to both for 35
Right.
for the weekend.
Because the show is $20 in advance and what, 25 at the door.
So we got y'all stuff lined up for the weekend. Just be safe. That's all I ask. Please don't let me come back in here next Thursday and we gotta have a silence because y'all went out and got Mexican drunk. Knowing you can't handle your alcohol and you done went out and did something crazy. Don't get arrested for the weekend because you know if you get arrested on the weekend, you ain't seeing a judge till Monday.
Right.
One last thing, just because this is my baby. Janet Jackson's tickets she's going back on tour, y'all. Do y'all know how happy I am about that?
That's right. She done had
See,
that
she
baby.
about to
and
break
she
the
like,
computer.
Listen, I'm sorry. I've been waiting for her to leave that man.
So he
We had all that control.
she can be herself again.
We not gonna have a conversation. Listening. She with me. She wouldn't have had that baby.
might have still had it.
She could have it. That's fine. That's all right.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Because that baby is cute.
Cute all day. But yeah, tickets are going on sale. She will be on tour. She's going back on tour. She did change the name of the tour. I did post it on the page. Tickets are pre-sale going on sale tomorrow. Front row seats is only $500.
Did this have to say
Only $500.
For Janet Jackson, that don't include just seats though.
So
It's
you
a
get
package.
So you get no baller.
Listen,
You gonna buy my ticket?
What's in the package?
Let me understand.
I need to know what's in the
Janet
package
Jackson
for
is
this
my secret
$500.
girlfriend. So I
I ain't
paid.
spending $500.
I would
Listen,
I would spend $500 for a Janet Jackson show.
You know how many pairs of pumps that is, honey?
Listen, you know how
sorry.
much I wanted to see Chris
Listen,
Brown. Chris
listen.
Brown is my baby daddy.
I'm
It
sorry.
brings me chills.
I can't.
I can do everything to Chris Brown. Okay, I'm just saying,
I'm sorry.
and I'm not spending
Well, you know what I would do that $500.
Listen.
But no, that's what happens when you ain't got no kids.
Listen, we got this modeling habit.
Oh, you know what? I
free.
had that conversation.
They always want to put only
It
in front of their
happens.
stuff.
It
I'm
happens.
good.
Well, for
Wait till
Janet
you have
Jackson,
a
that's low.
Listen, I got this modeling habit. I always need some shoes or something. Who you telling? Listen,
I just got a shopping habit,
Listen.
and I got a daughter habit, and some bill habits,
ain't that it?
and a car note habit.
Habits
Like
and
they have a whole bunch of bills for Janet. Janet already got it.
And I got a hair habit. You know what I'm saying?
How can you though, Miss Baller?
You can do it, Miss Baller.
$500 ticket.
Janet already
And
got
I
it.
was gonna be like, I'm going with you if you would have said
I'll
$150.
front row seat
You would have said
I wasn't even going for 150.
They got other seats. You ain't got to be up front.
I'll settle for a front row seat picture.
How much is the nosebleed?
The nosebleed.
How much is the nosebleed?
I ain't looking nosebleed.
Oh, because listen, because I can watch it on the jumbotron or at home.
She gonna pay $500 and go get stingy and ain't gonna send no pictures of nobody.
That's the highest ticket. So if that's the highest, and that's the front row, you know you can get a decent seat for probably a good $100.
But you want front row though.
I do want it, but the reality is I ain't paying $500.
But if you go live,
even though it's in November,
if you go live, I'll watch it for free. I sure will.
that means you had to save up. For real.
Yeah, I mean the tickets
I'll go with you if you getting $100 or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna probably get 100 too.
But I ain't spending
the show. She gonna be at the Shot Center Tuesday, November 28th.
I really
It's called the State of the World Tour.
Okay.
She changed the name of it and everything.
November 28th.
Yep.
Is her baby gonna be there?
Her child? Probably not. Have you seen a Janet Jackson concert?
No. On TV.
I would.
But I'm not a Janet. No disrespect to you and your Janet.
No, you.
I'm not a Janet Jackson fan.
I am.
I'm not. I don't really know no songs other than the beginning of her time. You know, like Control and you know.
Wow.
Oh wow. All that stuff.
See,
I know those. And when she did that one song, it was real sexual.
You ain't even listen to Velvet Rope, girl. All of them sexual. I listened to Velvet Rope,
but that's about it.
Her,
Any song that she came out with that was on a video, I could probably sing those. But anything on the album that wasn't released,
anybody that know that she put on a show because the Velvet Rope tour.
I'm down for it. You know, I'm down for it.
As freaky as she was when she was young.
She wasn't when she was. Oh, you ain't seen her last concert before she got married?
No,
she pulled men onto the stage. Yeah, right. She does. So she might have toned it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
We're going to give it to Miss Kiki with an E. Okay. We're going to toss it over.
I got a little bit of something. I just want to share that my health, my fitness. I went to Zumba today, y'all. I love Zumba. I love the dance. Okay. I just love Zumba, and it burns so many calories. One Zumba class, it was 45 minutes at my job, but the average Zumba class is about an hour. I swear, just for 45 minutes, you'll burn 600 to 700 calories. That fast tempo beat, and that's what I was going to say. I love it, so I just want to suggest to you guys out there who have troubles getting up to go do some exercising. Find something that you like to do. Find a class that you're going to join with somebody. That makes it easier for you to get out here to do certain things and exercising. Because some people really have a hard time. I need somebody to go with, or, excuses.
Right.
Find something you like to do. I might pay a little bit of money for it, but, it's worth it. It's worth a better, healthier life. Find something you like to do and just sign up and do it. Yeah. I promise you.
I thought about doing Zumba once.
And it's so fun. You don't have to know how to dance. Just move.
I like dancing. Of course, then I just turn on the Janet Jackson video and dance.
And the instructor encourage you to move a little more, and so you're gonna burn some calories regardless. So that's my fitness. That is my fitness tip. Find something you want to do. And for something to do with the kids, I found online Skate Zone. What about the Cat in the Hat?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Cat in the Hat is going to be at Skate Zone 71 this weekend, May 6th. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take mine because I'll be in Cincinnati at the fashion show, but maybe I'll suggest to grandma take them to go see Cat in the Hat between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., $8.50 for the kids and $9 for the adults.
Okay. That means your parents can't get too drunk on Cinco de Mayo night then. If you're going to take your kids. Don't be hungover.
I'm getting drunk. I'm getting drunk.
I'm so glad I don't
have getting drunk.
Yes, I'm going to get drunk.
Oh, snap.
So that means you have like 1.5 drinks.
I'm going to get drunk on them Shirley.
You know what? She's trying to play with my emotions over here. Y'all don't even understand. Mary do not drink.
One drink, that's
one drink, and she's the drinker that one drink, she's going to be in the corner asleep.
Yes.
So for her to say, I'm going to get drunk, I almost died. You don't understand the excitement that just ran through my bones.
And then you thought about it. It was like,
who you was talking to.
Right.
Let me tell you something.
Because I'm going to leave her right there in that corner.
So mean. I love you. I can't drink. I'm not a drinker. So Cinco de Mayo is.
That's not a bad thing.
gonna be cool on me.
Take out,
baby.
I'm
I'm a cheat date. I told her we went to. I went to shoot pool. My drink is $1. That's all I want is the Shirley Temple. Everywhere I go, when I go to a restaurant, I be like, I want to show. Only place I do not like a Shirley Temple is Applebee's. Not Applebee's, Old Charlie's.
You should have kept it Applebee's. I don't like nothing Applebee's. Not the one on Morris Road anyway. Well, no shade.
But. You had that mudslide. You drank most of my mudslide though.
Yeah, that's because that drink she gave me was horrifying.
Horrible. But yeah, Shirley Temple, Old Charlie's put cotton candy in theirs, and it's disgusting. A cherry cotton candy and Sprite.
That don't go together.
Yeah.
They order them like crazy. They actually dip the, as your cotton candy dissolves.
There's a place called the Ohio.
So wait, like you mean like cotton candy flavor or like real life?
No, real life.
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Around the straw. There's no alcohol in Shirley Temple.
So you drinking sugar?
Yeah,
basically. It's Kool-Aid with Sprite.
I like the real grenadine. Give me that real grenadine.
I just need these bartenders to go to Ohio bartending school and learn how to make a drink. YouTube is something. No.
It will increase your tips.
Yeah, because I'll tell you now, I am not a tipper if my drink ain't good. I'm sorry. I need to taste alcohol.
So I know we started late, guys, and I do apologize.
They was trying to shut us down.
Baby, listen.
Trying to lock us out.
We here, we live and in color. So I was gonna go over just a little bit since y'all missed the first 20 minutes of our show, but I'm gonna go over just a little bit so we can get our full 2 hours in. So I wanted to play a game, Miss Beautiful Tiffany.
I like games.
So
she brought the baby voice out.
I like games.
I like games.
I do. I like games.
So we usually play this or that, or what was the other one? Plead the Fifth. So I wanted to play this or that with you.
Okay.
You can get with this,
or you can get with that. So we don't want you to say this or that. We want you to actually say which one you prefer. So our audience can be clear.
Right.
Not both.
Okay.
Not something else. You have to choose this or that.
Oh, all right.
Cool. Do you have a preference on where we can go and where we can't go?
Listen, go. Just go.
Tiffany,
I'm open book. Let's go.
Now, there's no limit.
That's what I said. Just go.
Okay. Anybody that knows you is prepared for whatever may come.
Listen. But you gonna learn, and Kiki and Mary know me. Ain't no limit.
You are so rude. Ting ting. Bring it back in. I disagree with you.
I love you.
The belt up in you.
I make sure you heard it to the mic.
Ran out of
Big team. So, Miss Tiffany Reed, this or that. Okay. So, do you like heels or flats?
Honestly, that's not fair.
Your model coordinators are listening.
See, okay, so in reality, I'm really like a combat boots, crop tops, like my attire for the evening. So I love a good shoe, but I'm gonna go with my flats. I love boots and loafers and
comfort first.
Mm-hmm. Lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Mm-hmm. See, when we play this out, look, I'm F that. Why you like them all? Like we need
listen, because when the lights is on, I'll be distracted. First of all, I got astigmatism. There's enough stuff floating around in my ass.
She said I got straight away.
I was expecting a totally different.
The light be in my eye. But no, and then it's a little bit more like intimate when the lights is off and you get to kind of feel the lights on for it.
You can get in character easier.
Listen.
Next.
Oh.
See, you play too much.
You acted up. I told y'all.
I'm sorry.
Cakes or cookies?
Cookies. See, it's for cooking. It's good enough for me.
Hey.
I like cookies.
I do too. I like good cookies.
I like the sauce.
We know you like cookies.
Chill on me, little baby. So, tall or short?
Tall.
Me too. So you like all this tallness right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me leave you alone.
Mary, listen. You better stop, Mary.
iPhone or Android?
So listen. Let's talk. So I just recently got an iPhone. I switched it from Android to iPhone. Now, from a business perspective, like when I'm trying to send emails and stuff, the iPhone wins. But from like a customization standpoint and like a functionality standpoint, my iPhone only got one button, and I'll be confused sometimes because I'll be trying to figure out how to go back on the page, and I gotta like touch my screen or push the button and it goes out of the screen that I'm on. It's a lot sometimes. But so I'm gonna go Android. I'm gonna go Android.
Lingerie or just plain old nude?
Birthday suit.
You don't get kinky on us?
I think it just depends. Can I say it depends? Because it depends. Because sometimes, you know, the lingerie can add an extra little piece of something. But then sometimes they be mad because they be like, why you got all these clothes on? It's too much. Take it off. And then we because I want to give you a visual. But they be like, take it off. But so they be like, why you got all that oil? Then they be, it's just a lot.
See, that used to be my mindset with lingerie. I used to not buy lingerie. I'm like, before what? It's going to be on for 5 seconds.
But then with the lingerie,
gift.
Yeah, with the lingerie, it adds that kind of extra class.
You gotta wrap my t-shirt and jeans too. Just let's go.
If you want a t-shirt, I'm gonna just cut it.
Now you gotta go buy that person in the t-shirt, Mary.
Shit, that's why they come in a pack, 3 in a pack.
You know what?
I can't stand.
You know what?
She just right now.
I got you a new pack of hands in the closet. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Natural. This is like a preference thing, not you per se. So natural or weave?
So listen, baby, listen in my Mary voice. So I wore a fade for like 2 years and my hair is just not growing back. And as soon as it gets to the proper point, I'm gonna throw some weave in it, some braids, something, because it's just more convenient. Like I can get up and unwrap my hair and just go. Even with this little stuff I got on my hair right now, it's real short, but I still got to throw some water in and some leave in and manipulate it. It's just a lot of work, and I just don't got time. I just ain't got no time. I be stressed.
That's funny.
That is
hair or no hair. I ain't being.
We ain't gonna say where.
Now listen here, because okay, because
do you like them? Do you like them Ken and Barbie dolls?
We want you a sassy.
All right.
You want a Ken or a Barbie doll? You want them like that?
Listen, I don't got no time because it be in the way. That's all I'm saying. It be in the way. I just in the way. I don't got time. Do something with it. Do something.
You are supposed to do something with it. Braid it.
What? You know what, Mary? Listen, if I can braid it, it's not supposed to be there.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all should know I'm crazy. Okay.
She said braid it.
Braid it.
If I can braid it, it's not supposed to be there.
Baby, listen. I told y'all a couple shows ago, I don't want no damn Ken doll. Okay.
If y'all let Mary braid y'all.
If you can let me braid it, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna at least edge it. I don't want it bare, but I'm gonna give you a good grass long cut it.
You don't need no cornrows on it, Mary.
However, if you can braid it, that means a good thing. That means it ain't taco meat.
Right. I would rather have that straight white people hair that lay on the chest.
You can't be having French braids on the chest.
Lay there.
Mary be the fool to braid somebody's chest hair. Okay, I feel
like if it's gonna be hair, then there needs to be hair. There can't just be one little curl, just one little strip of hair. Cause I be stressed.
You know what irritates me? I swear to goodness, I don't understand. Look, this is totally off subject, but I don't understand when hair grow around the nipple. It drives me crazy. I be like, what the hell is that? Like you just twirl it. Like what the hell is that?
Right.
Well,
that's a different subject.
I'm sorry.
That's nasty.
It just went in my head. I'm sorry. We're going to
move on to the next question. We're trying to stay on the air, Mary.
What's wrong with nipples? Nipples is not a bad word.
Free the nipple. Free the nipple.
Free the nipples. Let the air touch it. It's okay.
Lord Jesus.
Just if you got hair, you need to, shave them a little bit. Just take the razor and go straight.
Don't do it like that, though.
Mary, you gonna cut your nipple off. Now, them boy ain't gonna be there no more.
A woman should be all right. A man.
You can use Nair. Nair.
You put nail on your nipples?
I'm talking about the man. I don't have hair on my nipples.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't relate.
They can wax it, I guess. I just don't want no bare chest. Only thing I want is the little
But you want bare nipples.
I do. I want a bare nipple.
No bare chest, but want some bare. All right.
What's wrong with a bare chest? You feel
want-
like a pedophile with a bare chest?
Yes. Feel like I'm touching a little baby. Like, no.
I know.
Muscles are not. It just feel like I'm touching a Ken doll. I need you to be, Lord. I need an edge. I need a man with.
I ain't gonna lie. I need
I need that.
I need to know that it's a man.
Right. I don't want no taco meat on your
Right.
chest.
Please, don't,
Yeah, please
don't
do
And
be-
I don't want to look.
No
Your chest
border
look like
hair.
you straight from Africa either. I want it to be smooth hair. Make it look like you got a good grade. Comb it, brush it. I don't care. Make waves. 360 on your chest. I just
It's called manscaping.
put some edge control on it. Whatever makes it lay.
Start it, grease it.
Did she say edge control?
Edge control it. I don't care what you got to do. I just want to
She
know.
said she was gonna relax it early.
I did say put it.
She gonna put some hair crack on their chest.
Yes.
But I like bare chest, honestly. I mean,
I need a
I don't want no loose hairs, getting in my mouth.
It don't matter to me.
As long as you trim it, I don't care. I just don't want a bare, totally bare. It's not sexy to me.
Somebody just asked what the number was to call in.
614-781-0754. If you can
Okay,
hear
wait,
me.
what is it?
781-0754. We got another 10 minutes, so they can call in. Call in. Our line is open.
Yes, it is.
We will take a call. I promise you. And then we gotta go before we get kicked off the air.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked out.
Especially talk about nudity and all that
This
stuff.
ain't nothing. Wait till give us a couple minutes. We're gonna have some subjects for y'all. Y'all
Baby,
can really be like, woo, you getting.
We got a couple of
We
things
have
for us. We got
demonstrations
somebody.
and everything. You gonna have to.
Hello, thank you for calling Curvilinear Radio. Who is this? Hello. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Who is this?
This is Angela CEO of Ohio Tech.
Hey, Miss Angie. Look, we was just talking about
You
you.
guys, I'm enjoying the show.
Good. I'm so happy that you tuned in. I said I never met you, but hi, Angela.
Hello, ladies.
We are so excited for this weekend. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I am as ready as I'm going to be.
Amen. It's here now. It's ready.
It came so quick.
Right.
Did you listen to our subject today?
Yes, I did listen to the show. You guys were amazing. I love the topic. Me and my sister were actually listening to the show while we were preparing for tomorrow. So thank you for the invitation to listen.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for tuning in. We so appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
And these ladies are ready to slay your stage. I gotta come meet Miss Angela. You don't listen to Miss Angie is everything.
Yes.
She is. I'm gonna have to definitely come see you. When you having another show?
We will have the kids show in August.
Okay.
So I'll have a youth event in August, and then I do the I Love Me conference, a women's empowerment conference every year, and that's in September. And then we'll have an African American health fair in November. I do a few events every year.
Okay.
Miss Angie,
Yes.
Miss Angie, are you doing a casting call for the kids show?
Yes, I am. We're going to start taking applications June 1st, and I think the casting call will be the third weekend of June.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. My baby would love to walk.
Mine too. I got 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for boys and girls, Miss Angela?
Boys and girls,
Oh,
ages
yeah.
3 to 17.
Oh, yes.
My niece would love.
Yes, that's my boo, honey.
Oh yeah, we'll be
For
there.
children.
We'll be there.
Great. I would love to see you all and the kiddies.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in and calling. We so appreciate you.
Answering the phone. Thank you so much.
Yes,
No
ma'am.
problem.
And we will see you tomorrow.
All right, girls. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yes.
I love Miss Angie. That's
I
my
love
boo.
her.
I love her.
That was so sweet. She was so sweet. I'm so happy for you ladies. Like this is
Yes.
definitely this is an example of your past not holding you back.
Yes.
So I just want y'all to be aware of that. Just because you have a past that isn't the prettiest, things that make you cry, things that make you just dread that experience, don't let it hold you back. Us ladies have stories that can go on forever, but we are using that to elevate us and push us forward. So that is my word today. Please don't allow your past to hinder you as a person. Use it as your stepping stone.
Yep. What does not kill you will make you stronger.
Amen. Amen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Curvilinear Radio. We will be here every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I do apologize that we started a little late, but baby, listen, we here. I hope y'all enjoyed our show. And we will see y'all next Thursday. And Miss Tiffany Marie, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Grace, I hope you come back.
Listen, anytime.
Yes. Make sure y'all out Saturday. We'll be Tuesday Live, $7. Go see her. We're going to be there.
I'll send the flyer.
Please do. And these ladies will be at Miss Angela's show.
Yes.
So if y'all ain't got no plans and you just want to go for a joyride, boom, Cincinnati, that's where you need to be.
If you're a good driver, 45 minutes. Just
you know what? Don't listen.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Go the right speed limit because the police is going to be out. This is a holiday weekend, okay?
So be safe. Seriously,
baby, be safe.
Yes.
So thank you again for tuning in. We will be back again next week. Where we are going to talk about again molestation, but this time we're going to talk about seeing the signs. Mm-hmm. How can you tell that your child has been a victim, and as well as how to address that issue? Good. Okay, good. So please tune in next week, and thank you again for tuning into Curvilinear Radio with WTMH Curve the Runway, Ohio. Love y'all guys.
Bye.
See y'all later. We're going to go out with a song. What y'all want to listen to? Hey. We're going to go out with Hands right here. Y'all ain't ready for this? Y'all ain't ready?
You say you want honesty, right? I hear you. Check me out, though.
I just want to fuck. I ain't into making love. I don't want to buy you drinks. Shit, I don't even want to hug. Cause I just wanna fuck. I ain't into making love. I don't wanna smoke no weed. Shit, I don't even wanna hug. Cause I just wanna fuck. Straight to the point in the hook.